everybody, we're just rigging up right now. We are gonna run offshore and we're going for MAHI today. So I'm gonna show you guys what I'm set up with. So a couple different things. We got this is our Penn spin, our slammer 6500 on my bucktail jig. As you can see, that bucktail has caught some serious fish. This is like a 1 ounce. You want enough so you can actually throw it. That one may need to get replaced soon. But so we got that. We got our troller if we need it. This is just a black and purple squid rig. I usually just throw one. You can bring another one or bring two if you want. That's on another 6500. You could do an 8500 if you really wanted to, but you don't need anything crazy, especially around here for MAHI. It's another 6500, and then we're gonna put a hook on here. So what I like to use, so our plan is we're gonna run right offshore and try to get some pilchards. This is, I want to say it's like a 4-aught or 4 or a 5, maybe even a 6. You know, it depends on the size. You want to make sure it fits in your bait and your bait's not huge. But I like to use the J hooks rather than a circle hook. The circle hook, MAHI swallow the bait, and it takes them a minute to swallow the bait. So when you use a circle hook, you miss a lot of times, just the way that their mouth is. But when they swallow these things, they're not coming out. So, you know, your only thing is you're probably gonna have to cut them off when you do catch them like that, but it's all right. So I just put a there's probably about 8 feet of leader on here. This is 40-pound monofilament leader, nothing crazy. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. They're not, MAHI are typically not worry or shy of, or leader shy, if you want to call it. MAHI usually will just eat whatever's there, especially when you get them all fired up. That's why you need the live bait. So we're just gonna tie a quick knot in here. I got a bunch of knot tutorials out there, but that is about it. That's my typical setup. I like to, you know, as you guys know, I throw my as you guys know, I throw my bucktail first, and I try to get them all fired up next to the boat, and then we'll try to get them on live bait after that. And then one thing, I always make sure that I bring a vertical jig, because if you find a nice floater, chances are there's either tuna or there's wahoo under it. So, all right guys, I'm gonna get the other one rigged up. I'm gonna get my coffee, I'm gonna get the ice in the boat, and then we'll see you guys hopefully at the bait spot, putting bait in the well. Transferring bait because there's so much. All right. Come on. Look at that. Kind of in the blue. Starting to get a little fishy out here. We got a bit of a something floating. I don't know if it's anything good, but we're sure gonna throw. Maybe we can get our MAHI quick today. Looks like a bag. Get another toss. Check the bag for life. Bill's just dumping all that water from the live well. What is it? It's a bag with nothing there. Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is. What the hell? The current must be just terror. That was weird. The current is ripping almost 5 miles an hour. We're in the barren ocean of nothing right now. I'll tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing. I saw absolutely zero mahi. There's like no, this is a rough day out here again. There's no weed, there's no structure, there's nothing. We're just hoping. Alright, so let me tell you, probably one of the scariest things owning a boat is when you look in your bilge and it's absolutely filled with water, because the first thing that goes through your head is, we're gonna sink. And that's kind of what happened here. I didn't film it for you guys. I was kind of in a panic, making sure that we weren't gonna sink, but we weren't. What was happening was the floor well was actually overflowing to keep it pressurized, and the water was dumping into the bilge. The automatic bilge pumps were not kicking on because, and I'll show you at the end of the video and walk you through actually what happened, but the water was covering, you know, my pump box, my bilges, my bilge pumps, and at this point I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? But both the pumps kicked on. It expelled all the water that it needed to, and here I'm just kind of dumping everything out of the floor well. What we did was, once it was happening, I ran into about 5 miles offshore. I was about 20 miles offshore. There were a bunch of boats around me at this point, you know, to make sure I was in a place where it was okay to get the rest of the water out of the boat. And that's exactly what I did. But you're gonna hear here kind of the, you know, panic in my voice as I explain what was going on, or I didn't really know what was going on at this point, and that's what I'll explain to you guys at the end. I have no clue, but my bilge, my one bilge was not working. Wasn't automatically coming on. Oh my God, and the whole bilge was up with water. I'm like, why am I not getting on plane? Well, no shit, the whole thing was filled with water. There was water probably all the way up into here. Oh, but now it's working. I don't know what happened. Hopefully it didn't take a shit ton of water down there. Just, I'm getting rid of the floor well. Shit. Seeing if this bilge will kick itself on here. It's not. Bilge 1 is like f***ed up. Now it works. It must be clogged. Whew, I ran in. I'm gonna get all this shit out of here. Just gonna run, since both of them are working. I got rid of probably 1,000 baits. These are all gonna die in here, so. Got rid of so many baits. All right. There's no mahi obviously showing up. I got it. Oh my God, that was, whew, that scared the shit out of me real fast. Oh, this won't fill the bilge up. Huh. Well, what do you know? I just jumped up in the tower, and this must have been a gift because they're mahi right there. So We actually jumped down. They didn't want that bucktail jig. They wanted some live bait. That's why I gotta have it. So let's get on them. There he goes. There we go. There he is. There he is, baby. Woohoo! Got him. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's frickin' go. Come on, where'd you go? There he is. Woo! It's a little guy. Let's get this one back out. All right, boys. We almost sunk her, but we did get a keeper. Oh, and he's taking line. Woo-hoo. And he's taking line in the box. In the box. Oh God. That was fun. He knew he had it. I think he wants the box too. Yep, he wants the box. Woo! No, not my lunch. Oh. Woo! All right, guys, so that was pretty crazy. I'm like sitting there, I'm like, why does the boat feel so heavy? I jump downstairs, I'm like, oh man, the first bilge is not dumping water. And I open the bilge and it's like almost brim to the top. I'm like, oh my God, no way. We're about to go down. But the second bilge kicked on, or I turned it on, and then it just dumped all the water out. But the first bilge, I don't know what the hell happened. It wasn't working, but now it works. I don't know if it was just overworking because I had the floor well and it was dumping so much water into the back of the boat when I was running. So maybe it just was constantly running and like almost burned itself out. I have no clue, but we're gonna replace it either way, and then I'm gonna build a backup bilge too. But it ended up being a good day. We ended up putting a couple mahi on the boat. We're gonna run in, we're way down south, so I'm gonna run past the hump and see, you know, who knows what's even there. I don't even know if there's tuna in there. I haven't been there in a long time, so maybe scoop up a blackfin. If not, you know, we'll head on in. I'll see you guys, you know, back at the house. We're probably gonna go through South Beach today, and then back. So really nice day out. flat calm. So, see you guys in a few. Well, if you guys stayed to the end, let me tell you something. That this is probably, and I said it before in the videos, one of the most nerve-wracking things that you're ever going to go through. And I'm sure it happened to everybody at some point, but having water in your bilge, the first thing you're thinking is, oh my God, I'm going down with this. We are sinking to the bottom of the ocean. Do I need to get my life vest on? Like, what is happening? But instead of panicking, I knew the boat was solid. It was not taking water. The pumps would have been pumping water out if they were working properly. So the first thing, like I said, I did, I shut both the intakes for water, so there's no more water coming into the boat for the live wells. And then the next thing was, how do I get the water out of the boat? So that's where I turned on, and I pressed my second pump for my live well from my bilge too. I have two bilge pumps down there, 1 and 2. One usually runs first, and then the second will run if there's like extra water in the boat. So I know if that one goes off, typically, like, why is there that much water? And but that one didn't go off either. So what actually happened so I have pumps like this. These are like these mini pumps. They're ultra minis. They're actually made here in Florida. So they have like a lifetime warranty. And I was talking to the guy, and he's like, I've never has one ever broken, or have I ever had to replace one before? And I mean, sure enough, it happens to me. So I said, the only way that you would actually have to replace one is if there was corrosion at some of the crimps. So what happened was, and I'm going to show you guys, so this pump, the cool thing with this is it doesn't clog, it doesn't break. I mean, they should last for years and years, and these things are 5 years old. So once the water comes in, you can see kind of the piece goes up, it turns the pump on, and it turns it off. So it should automatically do that, but it's not going to automatically do it if it's not working properly. So this hooks up, and it has 4 kind of hookups here. 2 go to your bilge pump, and those are the ones that turn it on and turn it off, and 2 are going to go straight to the power and your negative in your boat coming from the battery. So if you look here, this is the main power to turn on the automatic bilge on this red. If I can turn it around here, on this red wire, you can see all that corrosion in there. If you guys can see it. So that thing filled up, and the corrosion right there, and it happened on both of the bilges at the exact same time, where the corrosion stopped it from automatically kicking the pump on. So that happened. All of that water was coming into the bilge from the floor well, because the floor wells are pressurized, but if you don't have enough water in there, the bait's going to slosh around and it ends up dying, so it's completely pointless. So you have to have some water coming out of the top. That water was going right into the bilge, and then the pumps weren't turning on, so the bilge was filling up with water. The boat was getting really heavy, and good thing I caught it when I did, because the water kept going. It could have gotten into where the batteries are, and then if that happens, your bilge is not kicking on, and we got a pretty big frickin' problem. So but yeah, this is what happened. So I would recommend checking your wires. I definitely will. I made sure when I put them in there, I really got them up and away from moisture, but it happens. It's a boat. Most important thing you can do is not panic and figure out a solution so you can get yourself off the water safely. And that's what I did. Once I knew those pumps were pumping out, and I got all the water out of the boat, no more was coming in. We just lucked out and knocked out a couple mahi. I think that was my gift for getting my panic under wraps. But as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. More fishing and boating videos on the way. Water. Bring me back to the time when our hearts unite. Bring me back to the time when our hearts unite.